don't
Bruh.
agree with it at all. And you're not showing no gratitude. You're being ungrateful. Give me my goddamn that fucking envelope
Yeah.
back. Nigga.
Give me my
Give
envelope
my
and everything
goddamn
that I put in there back.
And
Cause
I
ain't
don't
no
like
way.
that. Why they announcing their name and how much they giving? Why is that?
They reading
Again,
off a script.
I
This
don't
is a
understand
mega
that. Why
church.
do I gotta come up here? Hi, Magic Gretzky.
Volume 2.
Yeah. This is our show. Yeah. Introspective Insight. Introspective Insight. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. I am King Dev, and this is Introspective Insight, the Black Wall Street podcast. And we back for another week of introspection, wouldn't you say?
Yes, sir. What up? 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 What up?
Man, I mean, at the time of recording this, we released our first episode of we've been batch recording for I don't even know, a couple weeks now. Good 6.
Yeah, this is 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Right
Good 6, 7 weeks. We just been batch recording as much as we can. So now we don't feel the pressure if we miss a week or our schedules don't align to, pump a show out. And the beauty of that is if you want to catch shows without waiting, we create a Patreon. So then you can get shows on demand. As soon as we release them, edit them, and get them out, you will be able to get it right on our Patreon page, Introspective Insight. We ain't got it up yet, so don't go to Patreon right now looking for it. But I'm saying, once it's up, you'll be able to see shows on demand. And when we get to our merch, you're going to get exclusive merch deals because, you know what I'm saying? You with us. You part of the community. You're part of the fam. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to I felt like I should just throw that out there because that is critical.
Hey, and shout out to you, man. You coming up with all this stuff. I ain't gotta whoop her ass. Don't worry about it. I ain't gotta whoop her ass.
All right.
I've been way better. I've been way better.
You still coughing.
I've been way better. Last episode I wasn't coughing that much. I was good.
You had a little bit in there, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. But shout out to you, man. You following your plan. You got me aboard. I'm hoping I'm playing my part and doing the best that I can. And let's just keep rolling. Keep rolling. The Patreon, that's all your ideas. I want to give you your flowers. That's all your ideas. I'm just here. I'm just rocking. I'm just flowing with the punches at this point. I'm playing my part.
Like I said, this is a business. People, when people come into podcasting, they come into podcasting as if it's like a hobby, which it is a hobby. But it's like, do you want to just give your ideas out there to the world and not have a return on that investment of time, effort, creativity? I feel like all our creative energy should be at a price of some sort. And then for the free, everything is still, it can get to the point where it's free in this economy of creative energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of we got 6 shows queued up. And I don't think that we should wait 6 weeks and just release one each week. I got a whole plan in terms of getting those shows edited, getting them up so they can be viewed, releasing them on the Monday that it's supposed to come out. But then, I just feel like people that we interview, even though it's a process, there should be a way for them to engage in that content while they're waiting for the world to engage with what they brought to the show. So that's going to happen on Patreon. That's how it goes. And, watching the Joe Budden podcast and how they transition from fully or completely free to being behind the paywall, but then releasing viral clips, which then kind of funnels people to go to the paywall and pay to get behind the wall. Even if people clip it up, it's still people going to pay in order to be that first to post that viral clip on their page. And that's what I aspire Introspective Insight to be at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's the goal. But before we get into any of it, because I got a lot to say on this show, we're going to get into the word of the show and the quote of the show. So the word of the show is collective. It ain't nothing fancy. It ain't nothing crazy. It is just simply collective. And that means done by people acting as a group. And we're going to get into why I chose that in a few. But then the quote of the show is racism is an excuse used for capitalism. Chairman Fred Hampton said that. And again, we're gonna what out of those two, the word of the show and the quote of the show, what does that bring up for you?
Collective. I instantly think of Wu-Tang. And I think of No Limit. And I think of Cash Money. And I think of a lot of things. Pokemon collectors. I think of a lot of things with collective. Now that quote, I had to take the shades off because I totally agree with it. And Fred Hampton, I actually love his story. I love what he did. I hate how this country was so racist and was scared of a 20-year-old, 21-year-old. He died, what, 21?
He died 21, yep.
20, yeah. Y'all scared of a 20-year-old out of Chicago. I look at his story, man, I really get inspired for what he brought to the table. I look at a lot of his speeches. I love the Judas and the Black Messiah movie. I watched it numerous times. And man, a lot of things that they did was for capitalism. Such as getting stopping slavery, end of slavery. It was literally for capitalism.
100%.
But hey, we ain't gotta go there. We ain't gotta go there. We put my thing back on.
Yeah, we ain't gotta go there yet. I think that there is we got elements of that in the conversation today. But I think capitalism, racism, a lot of the isms are in our country is tied into all of that. They're intertwined because one feeds off of the other, and there's really no way to engage in this society without exploiting some of what they bring to the forefront, really. So or to society. So yeah, that's the word of the show and the quote of the show. But before we get into the first topic, I want to start off with the internet taught me segment. What did the internet teach you? Because this is, again, when you listen to this, we are recording this 3 days after just recording a pod. So we ain't really have time to really experience the internet. And I don't be chronically on the internet, if I'm being honest with you. And I just started a show today. So I'm really not going to be on the internet. But anyways, what did the internet teach you, Magic?
What the internet taught me today is that from the age 20 and older, the average men weight is 200 pounds, 199. I think that's really insane. The average height is 5'9". That goes to show to I think we talked about Japan being like how healthy it is and the life expectancy. We talked about that. A couple, yeah. I think it's a lot of the chemicals that's being put into our food is terrible. And that even the water, we don't have good pure water. And it's so it's like everything is got all these chemicals and red dyes and all these color dyes. None of it is really good for us, and I think we need to take a page out of the countries where they're living longer. That's just simple.
Yo, and that's crazy. Is that all men, or is that men of color, black men?
From my understanding, it was all men.
All men, and
they have different. I mean, shit. Speaking about racism, they'll probably say, and it'd be a lie, that men of 18 and older is 245 pounds or something crazy like that.
And that it's so
that's the type of lies they be putting out. Like
yeah. I know. And that's Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. So like when you came across this, was it a specific 200 or was it like the Biggest Loser 200?
No, it just said men. Then I looked it up again, and it's an actual fact that men, 20 and older, average weight is 199, 200 pounds. And I think I've seen that the average weight for women is 170, something like that.
Yo, for those of you listening, do some research and drop in the chat, in the chat, in the comments, whatever. Take notes and let us know. Is that like an average 200 or is that like a muscular 200? And what's your thoughts on that? Because that's crazy.
Yeah. The average weight of American adults is men 199.8 pounds, women 170.8 pounds.
Oh. Yeah, I need more information on that. They got to give more because like the other part is like technically I'm obese because of what I weigh. And I weigh, I think I'm at 180. So I'm close to that average, by the way. But I'm muscle.
So then it says age 20 to 29, 188 6 pounds, 30 to 39, 208.1 pounds, 40 to 49, 206.9, 50 to 59, 202.5. Overall, the average weight is 199.8 pounds for men.
Dang. I might say that's fat weight, not muscle weight.
I mean, you got McDonald's.
Yo, and it's going up as you get older, which means you stop moving more as you get older.
And then America is what, the most obese country in the world.
Yeah, because the food trash.
It makes sense. Yeah,
food is fake. Food is trash. Okay.
Even the fruits and vegetables, like you can't even eat healthy.
Fake. Yo, when I went to Cuba, when I went to Cuba in 2018, and when I went to Japan in 2019, the fruit, amazing.
Totally different.
Even the soft drinks, so like the Coca-Cola,
totally different.
Totally different. All natural, so cane sugar, all natural sugar, no high fructose corn syrup. Y'all don't drink high fructose corn syrup. It's trash. Don't consume it. It turns into fat. Everything, even sugar. The bread, is fake sugar. And when we put fake things in our body doesn't know what to do with it, so it stores it as fat. So, but yeah, when I went out of the country, the food is just so much better. So there may be American brands like KFC, Pizza Hut, all that stuff, but the food is 10 times better. I also like, even when I was in Beijing, we did a layover in Beijing because I flew Air China going to Japan. The KFC was cool, but it turned into mystery meat, and I ain't. Because it was also in the airport, so it was like, yeah, I don't know, this not really sitting right with me.
So I haven't ate McDonald's in America in 15 years, 16, 17 years,
easy.
Yeah, I went over to Japan 2 years or a year ago, and that was my first time eating McDonald's, and tastes way fresh, way better.
Yeah,
option was better. Even like the real problem is the portion size. Our portion size is so fucking big, and we so used to having big portion sizes. That's making us eat a bunch of junk food and bull, like the fake food. It's too much of the fake food, the portion size.
Facts.
So sometimes it is. Let me not say it's not. It is the fake food, but it's also the portion size of the food.
Mm-hmm. Yo, the itis is not healthy.
And another thing is, for Japan to have such a good lifespan, they sure do smoke cigarettes a lot.
They do.
They have they do different places outside for you to smoke cigarettes, but they sure do live long. Interesting.
They do. But what if the cigarettes is healthier? I don't know.
It might be certain chemicals in the cigarettes that they don't allow over there.
Like, because here they got methanol and all that stuff in the cigarettes. Maybe they find a formula.
Didn't they ban that? I think New York State banned that. New York State banded it, and then you can go anywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't confuse one of the territories with the
Let me
whole
not get you
federal
off track.
system.
Let me not get you off track, and we're gonna go to a whole different thing.
Oh yeah. But that is something that the internet does definitely teach you. I didn't know about that. So that's a doozy. Well, y'all need to get healthy. At least everybody get healthy, but especially my black and brown people. Get healthy, stay healthy. We just lost a R&B legend because of health issues. Cancer, I think it was.
Yeah, pancreas.
Pancreas cancer. So yeah, do them yearly checkups and all that. Yeah, rest in peace, D'Angelo. We're losing too many. We losing too many black men to illness.
Before we get off black and brown, prayers to Jamaica.
Yeah.
With the hurricane and stuff like that. Prayers to Jamaica, Haiti, and Dominican Republic, and all those in that Caribbean area. I don't know how bad it's gonna be, but hey, definitely prayers to y'all.
Yeah, I think it's Haiti and Jamaica are supposed to bear the weight of.
Yeah, they're saying that Jamaica won't be recognized. Like you won't even recognize.
Yeah, after that.
Yeah.
Make sure. I mean, I don't even know how humanitarian aid works, but hopefully we get a flotilla, whatever they called it for. What's the place over there? Palestine. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they get one over here for Jamaica and Haiti. So
hey, another rate. We'll see.
We shall see. So yeah, the internet taught me. What the internet taught me? The internet didn't teach me much. Matter of fact, the internet did just teach me something. And then I'm gonna do two things. Well, the internet got me thinking, but then also the internet taught me. So the internet taught me that Walt Disney and the CIA was in cahoots back in the day. And the CIA leaned in on Walt Disney and Disney, so Mickey Mouse and all them Disney characters, in order to sell an image of the country to the world and make the country seem more welcoming and inviting than it really was. A lot of propaganda going through Disney cartoons and all of that stuff. It was super interesting. I follow hold on, wait, I want to make sure that I shout out the page if it's still on here. I don't know if it's still on here. But it's this black woman. Can I go to likes? It's this black woman on social media. So Instagram, TikTok. I don't know if she's on Facebook, but it's this black woman and she be spitting all the facts for anything. I don't know. I seen it on Instagram, but Instagram is not like I thought they were about to say they're shutting down Tinseltown. I'm about to say that's crazy. Instagram is nothing like TikTok in the sense of like if you like something, interact with it, it like kind of saves it so you can go back and be like, oh yeah, this is that. But whenever I find her video again, I'm going to make sure I shout her out because she always dropping the facts, and it's always intriguing for me. So that's what the internet taught me. Now the internet got me thinking, right? And this goes into topic one. The internet got me thinking that we are a bunch of individuals, the vast majority of us, right? Obviously, I'm not talking about myself, but I know how to separate myself while still kind of saying a collective statement. So we are individuals engaging, or we are, how did I say it to you right before we got on? We are individuals living in the same skin, same tone or color skin.
Elaborate.
We don't have a collective bone in our body in this day and age. Not like the 60s and prior. Not like the 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, 10s, hundreds, and then going into the 1800s. We don't have that. And the title of the show is called The Woes of Churching, Creating, and Capitalizing While Black in America. And part of that is because two things has happened over the last like 2 weeks in Black America that I think is blasphemy. And I think that it is a clear cry for help and a clear longing for participating in this capitalistic society. And the reason why I chose Chairman Fred Hampton's racism is another excuse, or is an excuse used for capitalism as the quote of the show, is because we participate in racism by oppressing ourselves as a collective group. So before we even get into the more explicit happening, and that's after we do the song of the show, I want to talk about Southern fried rice. Southern fried rice. Now, I will say, controversial take. I like the title. Controversial take. I like the title. I like the title because it makes you go, what is that about? And then it draws you in, right? I like the title. I think that whoever was in the writer's room and came up with Southern fried rice, or if Nakia, the creator of the show, came up with that, I think she ate with that. Everything else fell off the cliff as soon as it started. Like, as soon as she wrote that first action line on the script, it fell off the cliff. And I think part of what I want to kind of bring into space is as a creative, you are a creator, I'm a creator, we own the rights to the stories that we tell. And I think as a community, we have the obligation to center ourselves in our stories and our people in the ways that are both realistic to how we grew up, realistic to our realities, but also positioning ourselves in the light of in a positive light, whatever that may mean, right? That can be a bunch of different things. And I think that we take more time leaning into the more divisive stereotypes in order to tell our stories than we lean into stereotypes that acknowledge the realities to which we come from, while also telling a story that is aspirational to where we want to be as a collective. And how that always shows up, especially in going into the film space, is we always center everybody else's reality or longing to connect with us as the story, and we never do the opposite. I've seen a lot of thought pieces about Southern fried rice and all of the things that people are engaging. I did see like the one line where she was explaining the why Coco is the main character, was privileged. I don't know if you've seen that clip, but like that was a really good clip. It was really well written, and it was real well articulated through the lens of screenwriting. But we always say that line: you are privileged because you get to run into the police, and then the police, you get to go home with a heartbeat and da. We always talk about that. We bring the same trauma in, not saying that trauma doesn't exist or shouldn't exist or shouldn't be acknowledged. But I feel like this particular rendition of cinema or creative storytelling, visual storytelling, leaned into like two realms of stereotypical behavior and merged them together to create a story that is so surface level in terms of being thought out, and it doesn't position us, like us Black people, especially Black women, and all the things that Black women have done throughout history, as one, a people that is always welcoming. That's number one. We don't, yeah, we might say or we might be critical of people's membership in our community, but we never turn people away, and we don't pick on people. And then there's other things like I heard somebody do a thought piece around like there's no way that she went through her whole childhood as an Asian person in the South, wherever the South is, and she didn't get picked on.
This is a screen.
Huh?
Film. This is a film.
It's a web series.
A web series.
So
this
is
on YouTube, Instagram?
It's on YouTube, I think. YouTube. And it's 12 minutes long each episode. And it's one of Key TV, so Keke Palmer's flagship shows that they're pushing out. Mm-hmm. So it's like what it brought up for me is like we spend so much time trying to tell stories about other people fitting in with us, and then us kind of like saying you don't fit here because you are privileged and this, that, and the third, versus us telling stories about, so like us telling stories that still focuses on that, but we're the center of the story. So like, what does that do when we see other people come into our spaces? How do we react? How do we say? And then how do we cultivate spaces to where people always feel welcome in there? So like the story, to me, one of my main questions of that story, and I haven't watched it, but I've seen enough clips to like garner some thoughts around it. But one of the first questions is, how did she, Coco, which is the main character, Asian, Korean, to be specific, how did she come to wanting to go to a HBCU? And that was her number one choice. You know what I'm saying? Like that is because I was confused. Like, why she, out of all of the colleges in this country, your first choice was a HBCU. Mm-hmm. And then there's like other things. So like she called cornbread.
Now, is that a language barrier, or
that's just again a stereotype of how Asian people in the South speaks. Mm-hmm. So it's less about, again, so it was a lot of emphasis on, you know, this main character and how she is Southern raised and how she is trying to integrate, or she sees herself as an ally and as someone who was brought up in Black culture, or she lived it. She also said this. She lived Black culture. And the story is all around her.
I've never seen an Asian in the South. My personal experience. I've never seen an Asian. So.
Well, they there. They are definitely there.
I just never, no, okay, no, I remember. Okay. Never mind. I do remember. Okay, never mind. Scratch that.
It's all right. It'll be clipped, and somebody gonna be like, "This man."
But no, I was there thinking like, did I really? I don't recall seeing them in the South, but
yeah, I mean,
because they're not as popular like in like California. It's a lot of
because
Asian.
Proximity.
New York.
Like even in the southern border, right? And this is kind of off topic, but even in the southern border, you have more Chinese immigrants coming in than you do Mexican. So it's like the internet taught me that too. But so the premise of this particular thing in Southern Fried Rice, and what I'm saying is we spend so much time humanizing other people's experience, trying to integrate into our community, and we consistently like create this narrative of they, like us telling them that they need to do their homework, whereas we're not spending time building our sanctuary or our aspirational community to where we are always we tell stories creatively that speaks to where we want to go and where we're headed. And again, this is Introspective Insight, the Black Wall Street podcast. This podcast and this space that we cultivate here was inspired by the Black Wall Street mindset. right? There was 11 investors, but 2 men in particular, that came together and said, you have the capital, I have the hostel, let's build it right here, I will run it, and then as people come in, we will say you can settle here as long as you provide to the community in some way, shape, or form. That's how you got hospitals. That's how you got schools and its own fire department and its own police department and its own veterinary services, 500 plus businesses, et cetera, over the 20 years of its existence, right? 20 years of its initial existence before the government bombed it and burned it to the ground. But we don't have that. And it's because, in my opinion, stories like this, where we don't spend enough time just fantasizing about what life would look like if we wasn't as oppressed as we were. Instead, we always tell stories that focuses on other people coming in and being accepted into our community, and then us consistently almost like reliving trauma in order for those people to understand what it's like to be an ally for us. But there's no collective movement towards that,
such as like Black Panthers.
aspirational goal. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Like Black Panthers, right? Where we're vetting. If you haven't watched the Fred Hampton documentary, or Judas and the Black Messiah, or any of the creative stories of Fred Hampton's life, go and do it, because it shows that collective push towards a common goal. And everybody had a goal, everybody had a role, and everybody fought for the same or common thing. We don't have that now. Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, Huey Newton, Sada, Angela Davis, like the list goes on. So Muhammad Ali changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. Malcolm X, same difference.
Malcolm X. Yep.
These are people who, fought for collective, for Marcus a collective Garvey. Goal. Marcus Garvey, coming from Jamaica. Yeah, bro. I just, the internet got me thinking that. And I think as we continue to build and be creative, we have to be, I don't think that we have it in us. Like the average person doesn't have it in us. And I was just having this conversation around, like, Kiki being the executive producer, and all she can do is, she didn't see anything wrong with it because she's already in the spot that she aspired to be in. Mm-hmm. And our environment truly teaches us how to react. Our education teaches us what to be critical about, so on and so forth. If we don't read, we're not critical. If we're not critical, we allow things to happen. When we allow things to happen, then we tend to start to go in perpetual cycles of oppression ourselves, because we only know what the oppressor have taught us. Mm-hmm. So we subconsciously do things like release something like Southern fried rice, where there's so many other creative ways to tell that story. I've heard so many different thought pieces, thinking pieces about it. I've even heard from Malaysian people living in the South that say, like, yeah, that's not what it is. That's mm-hmm. not how we live out here. And that is offensive in the sense of, like, I am somebody who could have been casted there, and I could have had that same experience, but from a different lens. Mm-hmm. Or you could have just consulted with us and asked us, yo, how can we tell this story that's most authentic to your identity and your existence in the South?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but from what I'm hearing is that from what I'm hearing and what you're saying is that and which I agree on, is that we allow too many people in the cookout. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm getting from it. We allow way too many people from the cookout, and it should have been just a little bit more research, especially with the Asians and the black and the Asian people. There should have been a little bit more research. The what is it, web series or something like that?
Yes, it's a web series,
I
and
have to check. Yeah, I gotta check this out.
it's been in production for 10 years. Not
Yep.
not in production in terms of like, they've been filming it for 10 years. That would have been crazy. But 10 years ago was like, it was in its infancy. And it's just now like getting to like being produced and then released.
And then another thing is that Black people have way too much compassion for others.
Right. 100%.
Yeah,
That's that
way too much compassion for others. And it's not a lot of, we here, let's hold what we got, and other people that look like us, let's put them together, let's all come together, and let's have this one goal. It's more of a, oh, you know about it? Come on in, come on in, come on. And we shouldn't be like that. We should be more tightened up. Compared to like other communities, Asians stick with Asians, Jews stick with Jews, um, and so on. We are just so welcome to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that want to know about our history, anybody that likes our music, anybody that likes our art, anybody that likes uh our entertainment, or you can showcase our entertainment, or you can showcase our art. You could replicate what we're doing. We're gonna welcome you, and I mean it's not totally a bad thing, but not fully welcome. Man, come to the cookout.
Word.
I think it need to be some type of I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. Some type
camaraderie.
Yeah.
Like something, because, and to that point, it's not less, and again, it's not necessarily that we're too welcoming in this particular case of Southern Fried Rice. I think that we tell stories that don't benefit our advancement. And we put so much, like, you put 10 years into this story and it's trash. Like, her best friend they were supposed to go to school together. And her best friend is a black girl. Her best friend ended up not going to school because she got pregnant after she's been doing AP and all these advanced placement classes, and her family doesn't want her to, get an abortion. So she's stuck having to have the baby, and she has to work at CVS or Walgreens or something like that. Like, she said that in the show.
Yeah, I gotta watch this show.
Like, it's one of those things where we're reaching to like tell this story about Coco, the Korean main character, but in the sense we're leaning into so many bad stereotypes. And the way that I see it is we're showing the world, when we're showing our oppositions, the ops, how we also view ourselves.
Right.
So it's like, if we got a disagreement, we disagreeing behind. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. We go into the back. We disagree. We come back out on common ground, even if we still disagree with each other, because it's more detrimental for us as a people to show our weakness in front of everybody else, because they've already ate off of our weakness, right?
Right.
So like, the way that I received the clips in the story, outside of that one scene when it was a really good scene, but again, my critical take on it is we tend to lean into the same stories all the time. I stopped watching slave stories at least 7 to almost 10 years ago. I'm tired of seeing them. I'm tired of seeing them. I don't want to. The last slave, no, I'm lying. The last slave movie I seen was the one with Will Smith in it.
Never seen it.
But it was Emancipation.
Yep,
but the only reason why I seen it,
I just seen the Django. That's what it's called.
Yeah, I never watched that in full.
I just watched
that. Just share the clips
this year. I just watched that. It was just on TV. I just watched it.
Yeah, so like, and the only reason why I watched Emancipation was because it wasn't a traditional slave story. It was actually a story that we had never engaged before. So, but we've always seen that picture of that particular slave who he never had a name. That's why I can't say it. With the back and the slash, all the whips on there. But like, at some point we have to get away from making 40 different renditions of The Color Purple. You know what I'm saying?
I remember, but don't remember. I ain't watched that movie so many times.
Yeah, so yeah, part of that and what the internet got me thinking, is we gotta truly find ways to be more like Ryan Coogler. Like one of those things where it's like, I know we talked about him on the episode that literally we just released today, but on the day of this recording, which is October 27th, 2025 for those listening. But the Ryan Coogler has found ways to make sure that every story that he tells is as accurate as possible while also being cinematic. Right? So like one of the things about Sinners that made Sinners so great is because he spent a good amount of his budget on consultants. So like he's making sure that the Asians are represented in the ways that Asians lived in the Delta, in the Mississippi Delta. So he's telling that story. That the scene to where the camera, it was a one take and the camera went from the black side of the street to the white side of the street, and then the mom came back around right after he shot the two dudes. Like that came from a documentary that he watched, and he ended up consulting, like making the creator of that documentary a consultant. I need to know how Asians were depicted in the Delta, in the Mississippi Delta. That type of critical thinking and research is why Sinners was so big. I'm pretty sure he had a consultant for the Remick and the Irish, and that connectedness to the story and all of that stuff. So he represented that demographic. Now that is something to where we are a thoughtful people, and we are a loving people. So we want to make sure everybody is represented as authentically as possible. But yeah, I think we have an obligation. Cool. Yeah, right. That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, because you don't want to fabricate or just come up with anything. Now we're going against their stereotypes. But when it's us, we got to come on.
Yeah.
Come in. Yep. Keep this in between us.
Yep. And I think that's not to say that what we have to be way more hypercritical and way more sensitive to everybody else. I think that we need to do it right so we represent ourselves right. So like the discourse coming out of Sinners was not, oh, the Asians were represented so well, or the Asians were represented so bad. It was about the movie. And it was about also everything.
Sorry to cut you off. Also, there's really no room. There's no room for error because of being black, and then you having these different other type of ethnic people. There's really no room for error, because then you're gonna be you're gonna be on all these news and Reddit, what is called Rotten Tomatoes.
Give you Reddit, all of that.
Yeah, all that. There's no room for error when it comes to us. So we have to do our research. We have to go even overboard. Because we have to even go and talk to these people. Like, hey, how was it? Do you have any? We have to go the extra mile for whatever we're doing, especially when we speak of other people. Just because being black and how we are presented in this world.
Facts. And we cannot afford as a people, as a collective, to continue to advance the beliefs of the white people and the pressures of this world, and then say it just don't, it can't happen. It can't happen. And I think that we have too much obligation to ourselves to be more responsible in how we tell stories and representing people's realities, especially when it's not hard to make a phone call and find somebody, and a random person will consult with you on their experience for free, let alone paying them $1,500 in this economy. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's one of the internet got me thinking. I'm gonna say the second part after we go get into the second segment of the show. We got to do we need some sound effects for these segments. But the second segment of the show, which is song of the show, Another Magic Gretzky exclusive original segment. What's a song that you've been listening to, that you've been vibing with, that you feel like should be the song of this show?
It's only been a couple days, so
I know.
I'm still listening to Girlfriend, Sticky Situation, but I went back and I wanted some hype music. And Moment of Clarity by Future and Lil Uzi Vert is my song of the week. I don't know what about that song. I love it. I love that song.
Yo, yeah, I haven't listened to Future in a minute. In a minute, I haven't listened to Future.
I've been listening to a lot of No Limit too, getting ready for that verses.
Yeah, so we gotta talk about that. Who won? I heard it was only 10 tracks each, which is
11
short. Because it was 11 tracks each.
No Limit did 10 or whatever it is. No Limit had one song less than Cash Money because of timing.
Who do you feel came out on top?
I think it was a tie.
It was a tie. Why so? Because before you said No Limit.
I think it was a tie, but I want to lean more towards No Limit because Snoop came out and stage performance. So if I had to pick, I couldn't pick a tie. I'm going with No Limit.
I got
stage performance and Snoop came out.
Yeah, Snoop killed it.
Yeah, Snoop came out and with the acapella. So, but overall,
he pulled a Kiss.
I just enjoy. Yeah. Well, no. Mia X, it pulled the Kiss. Mia X and Juvie. Those are the MVPs. I would say Mia X is the MVP of the whole thing. I went back today and I seen some of the clips of her perform. I mean, I watched the whole thing, but going back looking at some clips, and I just got chills just watching her perform, man. And I always thought she was a good lyricist. I still think she is a good lyricist. That don't get mentioned. Juvie did his thing. Juvie was carrying him for a majority of the verses, but I just have to give it to Mia X. Even after Juvie did his project, Chick, acapella, freestyle, whatever you want to call it, Mia X came right back right after that with her verse and a little freestyle. So I got to give it to Mia X, MVP of that whole thing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it because I didn't get to watch it. I forgot. I think I was
too short though. Way too short. Way too short. There's so many records that
and it was. I heard the clips. The clips came right after them.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't even see no clips. Other clips.
Yeah, they can't do that. Right. All I seen was them walking out fast.
Which I think why it was so short because the clips came on right after. But I didn't see any clips of the clip. And they should have, if that was the case, they should have had the verses at the end so that they had more time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, or maybe it was that we know Clip's gonna have a crowd, so we gonna put verses right before him as like the opener. Potentially.
Yeah, I don't know.
They don't need to do that. It should have did it in Louisiana.
Definitely should have did it in Louisiana, NOLA. I enjoy it though. I just like seeing Romeo out there. I like seeing Fiend and Matt, Mia X, P, Silk, Chopper. I like seeing that Juvie, Fresh, BG. BG was having the time of his life, man. Just smiling. Just smiling. I enjoyed it though. I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna listen to the soundtrack tomorrow while I'm working. Mm-hmm. I just started a new show, so after we wrap up here, I just started Generation 5.
What's that about?
It's on Prime. And it's a superhero show. Black woman is the main character. It's a drama type thing. I don't know what let me see. Yeah,
Generation. I just started watching the show. This is always watching around this time. It's two shows I always watch. The Wire, every year. The Wire and Snowfall. And right now I'm watching Snowfall. I think I'm on like season 2. So
you know what? I gotta watch Snowfall. I tried to watch it back when it was still on, but I just never could get into it. But it was probably because it was Power. Power was on around the same time, so that's when
I
I was.
just watched and finished Power last year for the first time. You talking about racism? Snowfall is what you need to watch.
I'm gonna
You talk
watch
about
it again.
racism. You talk about
Mm-hmm.
America and racism and the government and the different Mexicans and whites and black people and what was going on. It's so relatable. It's really a really
Oh yeah.
relatable show. Why I love it so much is because it's so relatable. And, talk about collective. Snowfall is something I highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Highly.
I mean, listen. What I'll say. That's a great point. We have, again, I made the general consensus of we are a bunch of individuals kind of walking around in the same tone or color skin, but we have pockets of people who understand the power of being a collective.
Mm-hmm.
Some by the way of Bloods, Crips, the different denominations or factions of those now considered gangs, but they were actually neighborhood organizations similar to the
Yo,
Black Panther
speaking of what the internet
Party.
taught me, I'm sorry. Speaking of what the internet taught me, you know what? I'm
Yeah,
gonna leave that for the next show. I'm gonna leave that to the. I'm gonna forget it. I'm gonna say
go
it.
ahead, say it.
I don't know where I heard this at, but the gang in Chicago, the Black Disciples, they changed their name because of the Black Panthers. So it was something Disciple before, and then they changed it to the Black Disciple because of the Black Panthers.
Listen, we those what we know is gangs that have
Mhm.
they have a generational run in these cities didn't all start out as gangs,
No,
my
no, no.
people.
Mhm.
So as you know, we do the internet taught me segment. Hopefully
And the
this is
Black
teaching you
Panthers was
something.
not a gang, and it was
No,
not black
it was a political party.
and it wasn't black supremacy. Am I
That
saying
doesn't
that right?
exist.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
did
doesn't
I say that right?
exist.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
that wasn't that at all.
There was a White Panthers too, by the way. That's how inviting we were. There was a chapter of the White Panthers, but they were just hippies. When I learned that, I was like, interesting. Interesting.
And
Gen
there's
V.
no black collectives that I know of right now, but the KKK is still walking around. I'm just gonna leave that out.
Oh, facts. Because the KKK didn't have COINTELPRO eroding them from the inside. That's just what it is. They didn't have Larry Hoover eroding them from literally on a mission
They
every
didn't
time.
have nobody black.
Matter of fact.
They have nobody black. That's it. There's no black leader. There's no.
Matter of fact, we're watching a new Larry Hoover right now, a modernized Larry Hoover right now, and Cash Patel. Because how in the world do you not release the Epstein files, right? But then get on and plaster Scary Terry and Chauncey Billups' names and faces all over the country, saying that we just uncovered
one mobster.
You already knew where I was going.
Mafia. I don't know
you
their
already
names.
knew where I was going.
I didn't know their names. I just
you already know where I'm going.
Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, Scary Terry. They mentioned Kevin Garnett, but then it comes out, oh, Kevin Garnett was there, and then he turned around and left. So I don't know why I even mentioned him. They said the federal authorities don't have any question or anything to do with Kevin Garnett. Why I mentioned him then? Then I mentioned Damon Jones. Yeah, but LeBron James. No, LeBron James is one of the biggest, not one, the biggest basketball NBA stars. Then y'all mentioned his name with Damon Jones. So now people thinking LeBron James is in it. But for what? Again, the media. The media controls, but that goes back to Walt Disney. The media controls and oppress black people.
Facts. And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's man, how
the
much
other
time
part,
we got?
we got we got about 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's
and you know another part. So I seen a picture of Chauncey standing outside or leaving the courthouse with the hoodie. And then you did. Well, if you read the book, you will understand why that is crazy.
Because Clutch Sports, who owns Clutch Sports?
Clutch Sports being like him wearing a Clutch Sports hoodie coming out of a arraignment for gambling. And the owner of Clutch Sports used to have a gambling addiction.
I didn't know that part. But
read the book.
Also, the owner of that's in the. I didn't finish the Audible. I didn't finish the Audible.
It's in the book.
I got the Audible, but the owner is connected to who? LeBron James.
Yeah.
Damon Jones and LeBron James was mentioned in the same sentence.
Like I said, times like this, if we are collective, if we are one as a people, then we would know how to navigate, we would know how to move, etc. We are not in a collective, and we don't know how to fight against tyranny and authoritarianism and all that stuff like we did in the past, because we don't have leadership to support us. What is Al Sharpton? Ben Crump is up to his ears in cases to help
Al Sharpton. Why did you mention this nigga?
That's what I'm saying. What is Al Sharpton? Because he's the person. He's the go-to.
He's the goddamn informant.
I know. So it's one of those. It's one of those like I don't know, man. Yeah, it's They don't know how, bruh. Like I said, we are a bunch of individuals walking around in the same hue skin. That's it. We're trying to live their life. That's why we always go down. That's like we legit long to be Donald Trump. And he's a crook.
Yeah.
He is a crook, but everybody wanted to be Donald Trump at one point. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, still want to be Donald Trump. He's the only person that can break the law and then read to you, tell you that he's breaking the law, and then smile in your face. Ask you a question to say, yeah, you know, I've never had to do this. You know, I have to sign my own check to myself from the DOJ. $200-something million. I'm gonna invest in the East Wing. Is it the East Wing? Yeah, the East Wing in the ballroom, just like a bunch of other private donors. The donor list come out, his name not on it.
And then say or entertain that he's gonna break the 28th Amendment, which is, I believe it's the 28th, which is he's gonna run for a third term. Like entertaining that. That's something really scary. That's something that's not talked about a lot.
Not enough.
Not
either.
Enough.
Not enough.
People
either.
say, well, Barack Obama could run for a third term.
He's not doing that.
Who said he want to run again?
Right. I mean, he is the one that can beat him, but Barack got some,
because you got media and then you got motherfuckers that cheat. Voter suppression, oppression.
Right. That 100%. I agree. And none of these politicians, including Obama, is innocent.
And people fucked up right now with this government shutdown shit. I got a friend that works for the government, and I feel bad that she had to go through this.
Yeah.
I feel really bad that she had to go through this, man. I wish I could do something to help. And then people that's not getting those that's getting hurt with the WIC and or EBT. I don't know if WIC gonna get. I don't know, but EBT,
WIC, EBT, Section 8, all of that.
I got family in the military.
Not getting paid.
TSA, like that shit is crazy, man.
Barely can fly anywhere.
And it's not like this the first time. Because the other one, I think the longest one was under Donald Trump, and it was like 30-something days, over 30.
It was 31 days, I think, 31 or 33,
days.
Something like that.
Time, but times now is different because the cost of living is so higher, and that what 2008? What was that? Whatever year that was, 2016,
That
whatever.
was 16,
16, whatever year
15,
that
one of
was. The
those.
cost of living went up way more than 10 years ago, 9 years ago. So it's
Yeah, it
like,
was
man,
17, 18.
17,
And
yeah.
and the pandemic happened, so you didn't really feel the lockout stuff because they was sending all that money out.
Mm-hmm.
So this is different because it ain't no pandemic and ain't no money coming out.
Ain't no money.
Yeah. So okay. So real quick, the Gen V or Gen 5, Generation 5, whatever, the show I was saying, the description is a thrilling new series set at America's only college for superheroes. These gifted students put their moral boundaries to the test. It's cool. It's well written, and I guess it's like it's a spinoff from the other original series that Prime has called The Boys, which was another superhero based.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this is a spinoff. So I'm gonna watch season 1 of this, and I'm gonna go back to The Boys and watch whatever they got before I start season 2 of this show. So that's what I'm watching. But in between, I'm editing the show and I'm trying to get clips out and things of that nature. So I'm doing that. But then, okay, so my song of the show
week.
or week show is Rebel Without a Pause, Public Enemy. I'm staying in the 90s era. Rebel Without a Pause. And I remember when I first listened, or when I first really engaged with that song, and it was on Day of Reckoning, WWE Day of Reckoning on the GameCube. They used to always play that song on repeat, and I used to play that game nonstop.
I love Chuck D cadence, man. I love his cadence and his flow. I love that shit. Something about it. I like his voice too. I like his voice.
It's some people that just got some of those it factors when it comes to, audio recording, rapping, cadence, delivery, all of that stuff. So, but yeah, that's one of my favorite songs off of It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back.
A couple days ago was Naughty by Nature.
It was.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, I see Tretch.
You know what I'm saying? Had to get right. Gotta show the record. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing is, I don't really got many vinyls. I need to start collecting some. My nephew got a lot of good vinyls. But I but I seen Tretch in the airport this year, and I looked at him. I'm like, damn, is that Tretch? I'm like, that ain't Tretch. Then I looked, and he got the tattoo right here. I said, oh, that is him. I couldn't tell because he cut this off, and he was like, he was acting regular. I'm like, do you know who you is? This is I was kind of fanned out. I was walking by like, oh shit, that is Tretch. And I just kept looking back, like, yo, I just seen Tretch just regular, just walking around. I'm like, yo,
that same thing for me. So we hosted our second convening in DC. Rakim stayed in the same hotel as us.
You seen him?
I stood right next to him on the elevator.
You
walking to the elevator, and I was like,
"That's the guy MC."
That's the nah. And he's short and stuff too. And I know his nephew, so you know what I'm saying. But yeah, he's short, but he also, like, he got the hoodie on, all black,
the aura.
Yeah. And I'm looking, I'm like, yo, I come on, I'm a hip hop head. So then I was like, yo, I think I just seen Rakim. I ain't say nothing because I don't be like fanning out or whatever. But my supervisor at the time, he fanned out, and he tried to get a picture and stuff. And Rakim, he don't do all that. He was like, yo, that gotta be you. You know that's you. Why you acting like it ain't you? Yeah, he's saying all that. He old head. But yeah, bro. The same thing with I did the same thing with Rakim. I seen him. I'm like, yo, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I was in the presence of greatness. All right, so the second part,
go on,
right?
Man. This go on.
I know that you might not have seen the clip for Southern Fried Rice, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna watch that. I'm thinking I'm gonna watch it just to experience, because it's also bad cinematography. I seen a few takes. It's also like the lip syncing was off. The audio was up and down in certain parts of the show, you know, just low budget, which is crazy because she said she put over 500,000, but then again, 500,000 in film is a little bit of money, relative to higher productions. But that was on the creative side of it, and us not really owning our stories because we center everybody else in our stories. Because I just can't fathom the reality of, you know, a adopted Korean girl longing to go to a HBCU. I think that there's more story to tell about that, but I digress because we talked about that already. I want to talk about Marvin Wayne's or not Wayne's, but you know, Winus, I think it is. Marvin Winus, pastor of whatever the church he is. And the clip that came out around his offerings. And at first I wasn't going to talk about this, all right? Because it already happened. I'm not a big supporter of the church, like the institution of the church.
Our generation is more like that.
Yeah, like, and I grew out of it. I'm not a religious person. I'm more of a spiritual person.
For some reason, our religion, our generation is like, it's really 6'7". So
yep. And
like me, I'm not religious at all.
Yeah, so like, and
I definitely believe in God. That's one thing I do. I believe in God.
That's fine.
But I am not religious at all.
Yeah, and I think that on your journey of identity, you should question all that. I mean, Jay-Z said it the best: question religion, question it all, question existence to them questions solved, right? Which is just a consistent longing of what truth is to you, which I guess is like the central kind of message of this conversation. But you know, I think that is crazy because it was like, I was like, what am I, 31 now? I was like 28, 27, 28 when I learned that like the pastor and the musicians and all them people up there on the stage get paid. Like that's a job for them, and you can actually get a full-time job at like church.
Never knew that.
Did not know that. My homegirl.
I thought that was free.
I thought it was free too. I thought people was asking for money.
Was it just this church, or is it?
No. No. All the musicians get paid because I'm also in community, right? A lot of my good friends, they grew up in the church. The best musicians, the best singers, they come from church. I will never take that away from the institution church. And they also get paid. When they go to a funeral, them people's getting paid to play the music and sing the music and all that stuff. Now, everybody on the choir might not get paid, but the choir director, they getting paid. And it's funny because thinking back to what's the Beyonce and Gooding Jr. Movie is Fighting Temptations. Cat Williams' character is getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a real thing.
Cat Williams in that movie?
Yeah, wasn't he the choir director?
No, that's the first Sunday.
Oh, that is the first Sunday. Wait a second, hold on. That is the first Sunday. Who is the?
It was Cuban Jr.
Oh yeah, it was Cuban because he was coming in and then he was acting like, yeah, my bad. Yeah. You're right. That's a good movie too, by the way. I always remember that. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I just seen the ending on TikTok, man. That shit almost made me cry. That's a good ass song. That's a good ass
song. But yeah, all that get paid. It is a business, right? And then it all started to click and make sense because my homegirl, she ended up getting a full-time job at her church as the creative director or whatever the case. So like, I was like, yo, that's a real thing? And like, yeah, like I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So like when they're asking for tithes to pay to give to the Lord, now it just makes more sense because what the Lord need human money for? That's number one. And then two, that money pays for the building and pays for the people that's, the musicians and the pastor, and that's why the deacons and stuff is in there. I also watched Greenleaf, which is a show based off of church, like the super churches. And that also kind of brings light to the business side of the church and like how people get chosen to be like pastors and all of that stuff. So anyways, Marvin Winans, and I don't even know if I'm saying his last name right, but the man was asking his congregation for...
I'm surprised you didn't pull this up.
2,000, I don't got it queued up. $2,000. 1,000 and 1,000 plus an additional offering for somebody who's outside of the congregation. And they went viral because a woman came up to offer up $1,200.
Oh, I seen the caption of this, but I didn't watch the video.
It was $1,200 plus 200, so it was a total of 1,400. And he was like, "Y'all don't listen." He was like, "I said 1,000 plus 1,000."
Donate $1,000 and raise another $1,000 to help finish the new sanctuary in Detroit and support their community programs. Pastor Winans asked those giving $2,000 or more to come to the front of the church first, with others following, from the largest donors to those donating as little as $1.62. But one member, Roberta McCoy, went viral after someone posted video of her coming to the front with less than $2,000, claiming she was rebuked by Pastor Winans. I spoke exclusively with both Pastor Winans and Roberta McCoy, who says she's been attacked online since that video began spreading. You're the woman in that viral video. Right. He did not rebuke you.
He absolutely did not rebuke me. Now, there's a difference. There was a correction, because let me clearly state that Pastor gave instruction on the lines to get into.
I was calling because the whole church was giving, and it was our day of giving, and the whole church was coming, and we didn't want people standing, the mothers and all that, so I was calling them by increments. And we had someone that had given out of before, and I corrected it, and I told everybody to listen and come when you call, and that's all that was.
And then she was like, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna work on the 800. He was like, "That's not what I asked you to do." So basically he was like, said, people who's giving a penny and nothing, you stand to the back, and everybody give, and the bigger the offering is, you come up first. And so then it went viral, and then you see a lot of think pieces around if he was right or if he was wrong, my opinion, no church, I don't care how devout you are, you should not be giving $1,200, $1,500. Some people was getting $50,000 as an offering to the church. $40,000, $50,000. There's no way. Nobody, and I'm speaking to our community. I'm not speaking to nobody else. We should not be giving that much money to the church in the name of Jesus Christ when we are in the financial turmoil as a community, as a people in this country. I just don't, this is something to where, going back to the Southern Fried Rice conversation, to where we do things that keep us in a certain position, in a certain place as a people. We can come together to give churches an infinite amount of money. I seen a clip, I don't know if it's AI, but I seen a clip where the pastor parked the Bentley on the pew, where the pew's supposed to be. I mean, where the, on the stage. And then he said, this Bentley is the gift from God. And then somebody yelled out, "Can I drive it?" And he said, "I rebuke that in the name of Jesus." There is no way that we should be providing these pastors, I think it's the bishops of these churches, with unlimited access to our hard-earned money when we go back home struggling. When the dollar doesn't even circulate for an hour in our community, yet we're giving our money for free to these people so they can go and build another mega church in a different community and do the same thing over there. We're exploiting ourselves in the name of Jesus, in the name of the Holy Ghost, in the name of the Holy Trinity. So Yeah, like part of where I struggle, especially with the church industrial complex, is that same person who got scolded on tape and then it went viral, went on to national TV and said, "Oh no, he didn't do that. He wasn't wrong to do that." Which then it codifies his behavior on video. It codifies his behavior. And then it reinforces that he can continue to do that to that congregation, right? Now, here's the kicker. Here's the reason why this is on the topic for today. The docket for, oh yeah, it pissed me all the way off. Here is why this is on the docket today. Tyler Perry donated $100K. He seen the video and said, you know what? Here's $100K.
Giving faith and I, Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
No, I seen you posted, but again, I mind my business. I don't know what the fuck going on. I seen that though about the
I posted this today.
Yeah, what his name? Marvin Wayne.
Marvin Winans, I think.
Winans, yeah. I seen the caption. And like, you know how you going through a video, it shows for like 3 seconds, and then I just scroll it again because I'm like, I don't really care. But I don't know what's going on.
The cognitive dissonance that goes into you being scolded by somebody who is not your dad or parent. He is a grown woman, a man. You are a grown woman, and you've been given faithfully to this place since 2013, and you get on national TV or TV, local TV technically, because that's local TV, and you say, "Oh, I wasn't scolded. I wasn't paying. I wasn't listening. I didn't follow directions." You just gave this man $1,200. I should be telling you, you need me. Don't, bro. It pisses me off because even in this, right, bro? Even in this, people are not seeing the chains, the binds that they're operating within, because there's no way that I'm giving you $1,200 and you just told me I didn't listen, I didn't pay attention. Give me my money back then, and I'm gonna keep on walking straight past the ushers out the door. Disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I think it's kind of messed up. Kind of remind me of that. You tell a person no one time, you'll see who they truly is. But hey, I'm giving you what I got. I'm working the best with what I got.
And it's still, one, it's not enough.
And it's still
too much money. People was giving $5,000, $6,000, $40,000.
Where's that church at?
Marvin Winans Church location.
And why is that a news line? Like, who recorded it?
Detroit. It's in Detroit.
Oh, Detroit. Who recorded it for it to come online? And then who posted?
Well, you know, these churches, they record their.
So the church posted it online?
Or somebody, I think somebody posted it online. Cause you know, they also like, you know, they record the, what is it when you go to church?
Service?
Not the sermon. The service. They record the service, you know, for the public too. So you don't have to be in the church. You can also like watch it on YouTube, whatever. So I'm assuming
somebody must have clipped it.
Yeah, somebody clipped it and it went viral.
And now they pissed just like you pissed.
Yeah, I'm not, and the crazy part is like I'm not even pissed. It's more so like, be for real.
I just know I'm not doing that.
Like you're giving $1,200. You're getting $1,200.
I'm not doing
2K. You was on line to 2K. And then your response to him in the moment was, "I'm sorry, I'll work on the 800." You'll work on the 800. You ain't have it. If you had the 800, yo, bro, the churches, man. It's the churches, and it's like this again. So going back to capitalism, because all that money, I seen a video, because once it's going viral, it's viral. But I seen a video around that money going towards them building another church in a different city. So they're giving this money. I mean, it's obviously the day of giving, so they're a day of giving for church is crazy because you ask for tithes every day, every service, but they're giving this money to then build another church somewhere else.
I'm gonna have to ask people that I know that's in the church and see what they think about this. Me, I'm not into it. Maybe I'm having a hard time understanding. I know some of the I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just know I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that one. Sorry. Hey. No. No.
Yeah, it's not happening.
No. But I understand that Black people faith in church is super strong. Super, super strong. That just comes back from everything that we've been through. Huh?
Yeah, but now I'm about to say that's a whole nother conversation that we don't got enough time on this show.
Yeah.
To even
I just know
engage with.
It is super strong, super strong. I don't knock anybody that had that faith in the church, or that relationship with church. By all means, do your thing. But there's some things I just draw the line at.
Yeah.
Some things I draw the line at.
I don't even want to get $1. I don't even want to get $1.
Yeah, some things I draw the line at.
Look, I found it. Hold on. I'm gonna show this so you because you say you didn't see the clip, right?
No, I only seen like I seen the caption. I seen like 2 seconds of it, and I just swiped up. I don't be paying attention. Like, yep, that's the caption I seen. That's embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing,
bruh. And it's like, it's also on some like, first of all, he get on to the local news and he goes, I don't want people standing and da 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 da, bruh. She got into the wrong line. Like, she got into the wrong line. Okay. Be grateful for what you just got.
If he gonna say that, he could have came to her after.
Correct. He could have been grateful. Yeah.
Just take
bro.
what you. Yeah, no, I don't agree with that at all. Yeah, I don't
like
that,
and it goes into like, then you see thought pieces of people like saying, "Oh nah, this is how the church is," and da 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 da. This no, nope.
Like I said, I'm gonna go to some people I know that's in the church heavy and see what they think about that. Algorithm gonna have a bunch of these clips. Your algorithm gonna have a bunch of these clips now.
$1.50 plus $1.60 and another 5 cents with Dorian K. Bell and the Murphy Bell family.
I, Dorothy Harvey, give in faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church and sowing this seed of $500.
$500.
And receiving a blessing to come.
Come on and give God praise.
So for all the people on here defending Pastor Winans and this foolery, what y'all got to say about this video? Why he ain't thank the lady that just gave the $1.60, but thank you to the woman who gave the $500? Does God not receive both of their offerings the same way? Probably he will receive biblically. The woman who gave the $1.60, hers will be received better, right? Because that may be all she had. Why?
I don't
Bruh.
agree with it at all. And you're not showing no gratitude. You being ungrateful. Give me my goddamn that fucking envelope back.
Give me my envelope and everything that I put in there back.
And
Because
I
ain't
don't
no
like
way.
that. Why they announcing their name and how much they giving? Why is that?
They reading
Like,
off a script.
I
This
don't
is a
understand
mega
that.
church.
Why do I gotta come up here? Hi, Magic Gretzky. I want to get $500. I'm not. Yeah, y'all ain't about to. Man, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not doing
So
that.
yeah. Those is the two things that I had on my mind.
Then they got the little music in the background. Now you finna get me pissed off.
Pissed off.
Got the damn
Word,
music in the
bro.
background. He ain't even say thank you, nothing. He
threw that.
looked at her
Yeah.
and went on to the next.
Then
God.
Yeah, then went on to the next one. Ain't no way.
No gratitude, not grateful.
Ain't
I can't
no
stand
way.
the motherfucker that don't say thank you.
Right.
Ooh,
Bro,
I can't stand that shit. I don't give a fuck what it is. If I hold a goddamn door, you better say thank you.
I was just about to say,
if I
bro,
hold
I
the door,
held the door. Yep,
if I say
I held the
bless
door to
you,
some white people.
that's the one that get me. If I say bless you and you don't say thank you, I'm taking my blessing back.
Oh man, bro, I'm trying to tell you.
I'm grateful.
This pissed me off, and I do not.
That's for the be your algorithm. You finna be looking at, you gonna keep scrolling and keep seeing it, and you gonna keep stopping watching and shaking your head.
That's why I be when I'm
the doors. Close the doors.
That's another one. Close the doors. Close the doors. Again, trying to. Yo, I just feel like again in this. Dang, we've been on here an hour again. Oh, this is a long show. Yeah. we gonna cut it up though. Because there's a lot of starting and stopping. But yeah, bro. The moral of the story, especially for everybody out there listening, is we as a people walk around as individuals in a collective hue of skin. That's it. And we need to get to a point where we can see our path forward. And I said it on the last show, Zoran Mamdani, who is the front runner for the mayoralship of the Mecca, one of the greatest cities to ever grace the face of the earth.
That shit trash. All these damn taxes we paying, and man, that's another.
That's a whole nother story. But that is the birthplace of hip hop and a lot of greatness. So he is shifting already. He is shifting everything towards a world that is reflecting of how we would run the world as millennials. And as a people, as Black people, we need to get out of these mindsets. The church don't advocate for nobody. The church cares about the church and the money that's going through the church. Now, obviously, that's not every church, but these church industrial complexes with these mega churches only care about the dollars coming through them doors. They don't care about the word of God. They don't care about the word of Jesus Christ. They don't care about the word of the Bible. And in my opinion, and I will stand on a hill and die for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all she wrote.
Black Air Force One.
Black Air Force Ones, hoodie, ski mask. That's the Black church, the Black mega church, the Black mega church. And we are it goes back to Sinners. Let's just wrap it up with Sinners. What was the central message of Sinners? I need people to understand that.
What you think? I think there's multiple messages to the Sinner.
It was, but what was the common thread of the story? It started in the church.
Yeah.
And it ended in the church. The church didn't want Sammy to be great in blues because they seen it as the devil's music. So the church used to control the minds of the slaves back in the day, and is continuing to control the minds of black people in the modern day. There's no way that I'm giving you $1,200 of my money and I say, oops, I'm sorry, I'll work on the 800. There's no way. After you just scolded me in front of people and on tape? Yeah, nah. Slave mentality.
That's going to be all in your algorithm. All of it.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. Hopefully it's just on the online algorithm, but not this one.
Well, so, I'm gonna hear from you. I'm gonna hear from you in the next probably 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you, be like, open this. Open this and like it. Interact with it. You're gonna see a few of them. But oh man. All right. This is definitely a long show because
you went off.
137, 111 on here. So we a little bit over 2 hours. In totality, but yo, we re-rolling. If y'all see a clip, cause this was some good stuff. If y'all see clips but don't see the full show, that's me. That's because the full show is on Patreon. If it's not a Monday, you don't get a new episode, but you're gonna get clips from all the shows that we've done. So, and I'm still in that. I'm gonna say it out loud. I'm still in that from 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Because I was watching clips and I'm like, where's the full episode?
They don't come out till way later. It was because they was in between, and they was in between seasons. So, and then I think Stephen A. Smith was the first episode of the next season, of like the new season, like the full length episode. So I'm gonna start doing that and we're gonna get right. So anything you got coming up and anything you want to tell the people? Pray for Jamaica. Pray for Jamaica. Pray for Jamaica. Pray for Jamaica, pray for Haiti, pray for Dominican Republic, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This the last week. Pray for all the Caribbean islands. If I forgot, I don't know if I forgot anything. I don't have much coming up. November is coming up. I have nothing coming up on my birthday.
Word.
That's pretty much it, man. What about you? You got anything coming up? You always ask me this, and I never ask you. What you got coming up?
I don't think I got nothing coming up. I do have an announcement that's pretty big. I mean, it's big relative to the platform, but I've been holding off on it because I didn't get the full or the complete confirmation yet. You know, so again, that's relative to it being big. I mean, I can say it right here because we ain't on there, but I'm gonna be speaking at South by Southwest. I got accepted to speak at South by Southwest, in this space. So,
that's big.
Yeah, but I can't say it. But I also I couldn't say it until October 22nd. But that passed. But then when they released the announcement, I didn't see my session on there. So I emailed the programming to make sure to see if there's a second wave, because I don't want to announce it, but then the session is not there.
Right.
And then something could happen, you know what I'm saying? So like, and that same thing, like if you was performing at South by Southwest, but you didn't see your set, I'm not gonna promote it until I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? So I've been facts. So I've been sitting on that for all month. Because I found out at the beginning of the month when I was in San Antonio, literally the first week of this month. So I've been sitting on that all month. Huh? It's in Austin.
It's
in Austin. So it's in Texas, but it's in Austin. So, but that's huge because that's a big platform, and I got in my first go round of trying to get in. So that's big.
Congratulations.
You know, just trying to appreciate you, brother. You know, just trying to keep everything moving. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? If you are wanting to get into podcasting, Black Static Podcast Network, we do everything for a reasonable price in this economy. We can get you on every platform. And if you wanted a video a video edit for your podcast, we can also do that. And we also provide a community of podcasters, or building a community of podcasters that's designing shows for us, by us. That's the whole reason of Black Static. It's because we blackity black, and our energy is staticky. It sticks to you. That's the whole point of Black Static Podcast Network. So if you, again, look out for the interest form to start your show. And then again, be on the lookout for the Patreon for this show, because we are batch recording. We record every week at this point. And as I'm finishing episodes, I am putting them on Patreon. So you have an on-demand service, and then other exclusive things happening over on Patreon. The link will be in the bio once it's created. But other than that, that's it. I'm trying to chill. I'm at the house. I've been traveling all summer, so I'm trying to chillax for the rest of the year for the most part.
Hey, I didn't say anything right there because I want you, every clip, I want you to cut that and add it to the clip about other podcasts. You want to get a podcast. So that when they finish reading the clip, that clip automatically just pop on there. It's like a commercial kind of thing.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. So that's it. That's all we wrote. That's what we got for the show.
Fourth quarter.
We in the fourth quarter. We're trying to go into 2026 swinging.
Yes, sir.
But we swinging like Bud. We're not swinging like Ryan. Counter punches.
Bud, huh?
We seeing everything. Bud Crawford.
Okay.
We swinging like Bud.
I like that one.
Everything is calculated. We can go to any weight class. Any weight class, we good.
He ain't touching heavyweight or but
he ain't touching heavyweight. He not touching heavyweight.
He ain't touching that.
He's touching any weight class within his physique.
Yeah. I give it to him.
There is I think there's a 10, I would say 10 on either side.
And
10 pounds.
Mayweather and Pacquiao speaking about fighting next year.
I don't know if I want to see that. I don't know if I want to see that. Same thing, like even with Tank and that.
I don't want to see it. No,
I don't want to see that either.
I'm good.
All right, man. Where can people find you?
Magic Gretzky on all social media platforms. MAGICGRETZKY. All social media platforms. TikTok.
All
Instagram,
social media. We make it easy for you.
Yeah. Nobody got my name.
We make it easy for you. And it's the same with me. At King Dev Bridges on all social media platforms, or my full government name. See, but Magic is he. You know how we have, what is it in Marvel? The end of time. It was the he at the end of time or whatever. It don't matter. Magic is he whose government name shall never be spoken.
If you want to know my government name, look up an anime. That's all I'm gonna say. My name is in the anime. That's all I'm gonna say.
If anybody ever speaks the name,
and the anime is a female. It's based off a female. That's all I'm gonna say. And one more thing. And she is based off Aaliyah. So that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, if anybody to which will say Magic's government name on the show will be scolded like Marvin Winans scolded that young
that's
lady.
Another thing. That last episode, they were saying my family nickname.
They were saying your nickname.
They kept saying my family nickname. I'm like, God damn it. Why you say that?
Yes. Every time. All three of them, too.
Yeah,
all three of them. All three of them. Oh, man. Y'all already know. Bring another set of ears for next week's show, because this is Introspective Insight, the Black Wall Street podcast. And we out. See you soon. Yeah. Come back next week. Yeah. Introspective Insight. Introspective Insight.